it's Beverly. Let me move my desktop a little bit. There we go. Okay, in our Learn to Read a Pattern series, we're going to make a blanket. And this is a ripple blanket. Okay? And I'm going to use the pattern from MaryMaxim, and I'll have a link below. It's called the Peekaboo Blanket. And it teaches you a lot of stitches. It teaches you double crochet 2 together. It teaches you half double crochets, double crochet, single crochet, chain, and it says slip knot, but or slip. I don't think we do any slip stitches. It also mentions treble stitches, and there's no trebles in here, so they might have just listed them all. Okay, the yarn that I'm going to use for this is going to be the Burnett Pop. It is a number 4 cake yarn from Yarnspirations, and it's one of my favorite cake yarns. I'm going to use 3 of these cakes, and that's going to be how big my blanket is. I'm not going to add additional cakes or color control. Now this yarn is one of my favorite cake yarns. It's a number 4, and it says to use a H crochet hook, but I think that makes the fabric too thick, so I'm going to use an I hook. And it says you can use, if you're going to knit with it, that you can use a number 8 knitting needle. Now I haven't knitted with this yarn, so that could be correct, but it's the Burnett Pop. And what we're going to talk about in this video, we're going to be showing you how to do all those different crochet stitches. We're going to be teaching you how to learn to read a pattern. And I'm going to explain the difference between different brands of crochet hooks. Even though they're all the same size, the difference between the crochet hooks and the cheaper ones versus a more expensive one. And also, this pattern also calls for an H hook. But what I do is I find the yarn I want to use, and I find the pattern I want to use, and then I decide. So I've used this yarn before, and you can see here's my blanket that we're going to be making. And you can see it's pretty dense. See how this is? You know, you can't really see the holes except for where I actually did some skipping. But that's going to be our project today. So we're going to learn to read a pattern. We're going to tell the difference between hooks, and we're going to do a ripple blanket. So I'm going to begin the video, the tutorial. I'm going to link below the link for this pattern, and I will hope that you would print it out before you begin the tutorial. So I'll see you in a few seconds, and we'll start our tutorial. Okay, let's get started on our Peekaboo blanket. First, I wanted to show you this pattern calls for an H hook. So let's look at our pattern. Down here it says crochet hook size H 8 or 5 millimeter. Now the yarn calls for a USI 9, which is slightly bigger. It's a 5.5 millimeter. And I really like this yarn. So I decided that I'm going to go with the size I hook. The yarn is still a size 4, as our pattern says, size 4. But that's what I do. I take a look at the pattern suggestion. I make sure I have the same weight yarn. I look at the yarn suggestion, and then I decide what size hook that I want to use. So I'm going to use a size I. But I wanted to show you, I have 3 different eye hooks here. And I'm going to try to hold them so that you can see the little crook on them. Or the hook on them. Okay? Now, I got this one just a little more. Now this top one is a furls. F-U-R-L-S. And it's a very expensive hook. This one cost approximately $33. And then this one is the Boy, B-O-Y-E. And this bottom one is the Susan Bates. Now you can see that they're slightly different. I prefer to use this eye up at the top, which is the furls. Of course, all 3 of these hooks would work. And as you're crocheting and you get more experienced, you can see the difference in the type of hook. And if you have issues or you prefer one over the other, make that choice. But I just wanted to show you the difference. They're all size I's, but you can see that the hooks are just a little bit different. Okay, so I have my yarn here, and I want to look at the pattern closer. And there is a gauge up here, and if you wanted to, you could make a suggestion. You could make a gauge swatch with your yarn. Also listed are abbreviations for the stitches that you're going to find in this pattern. Over here on the bottom, it has a double crochet DC 2 together, and it gives you the steps on how to complete those. There's treble stitches. It doesn't tell you how to do a treble. You would have to go on YouTube if you are not familiar with how to do any of these stitches. Of course, I'm going to show you how to do this, and we're going to read a pattern together. Now, as you can see, our pattern is approximately 3 different colors. You've got a white, it could be 4, this one's a little darker, this one's lighter, and then it has some yellow. My yarn, I'm using the cake I showed you, and it's going to have different colors. Now, I have 3 of these cakes. I really like this Burnett Pop yarn, so I want to use it. But you could use any color of yarn that you want. You don't have to use 3 or 4 different skeins. You could make this blanket 2 colors. You can make it any combination of colors that you want. And even though I'm using a cake, which would be a continuous ball of yarn, I am going to show you how to change colors in your blanket so that you can do it any combination that you would like. Now this yarn that is recommended on this pattern, and it is beautiful yarn, it's Apple Blossom MaryMaxim, and I'm not even sure if that yarn is available anymore. Also, I wanted to mention that this is considered an intermediate pattern, but don't worry, I'm here to show you. To me, this is the easiest ripple blanket pattern that I have found. Also, this has a size listed up here. It has 22 by 31. Well, I plan on using all 3 of my skeins, so my dimensions may be different than this. Okay, now let's go to the first page of the pattern. The first page of the pattern, and you can see that I wrote here when I made this the last time that I did use an H hook, but I've already discussed why I'm using an I hook this time, so an H or an I would be fine. Now, when I read a pattern, if you'll remember from my previous videos, I read and follow the punctuation. So, the first instruction is to chain 104. I do not go on and read all this right now. That's how I work. I would rather do it step by step and maybe have to take out a couple stitches if I make a mistake. But I don't want to overwhelm myself by read, and then I don't know where to begin. So this says to chain 104. So I'm going to show you how to begin your chain. Then I'm going to pause the video and finish the chain. So here we go. Chain 104. Okay, here is the beginning of my yarn. I'm going to make a slip knot, and I don't make a big deal out of my slip knot. Again, if you've made a slip knot in your entire life, make it that way. Okay, I'll do it one more time to show you just how I do it. But I put over my finger, the index finger of my left hand. I go over, I pull it off of my finger, drape it behind, and I pull it through. Done. Now, here's my hook. I put it on my hook. I bring the tail over here to the right side. I hold it with my thumb and my index finger. I take the yarn over my left index finger and down through my left hand. I take the hook, I come towards me and under the yarn. I pull it through. Towards me, under, pull it through. Towards me, under, pull it through. And there's your chains. 1, 2, 3. That's what they look like. Now, I'll do it one more time. The hook towards me, under, turn the hook, and pull it through. Okay, I'm going to pause the video and do 104 chains. Okay, I have 104 chains. Now my pattern says 2 double crochets in the 4th chain from the hook, and then double crochet in each of the next 2 chains. So we're going to count 4 chains from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to yarn over and we're going to do 2 double crochets. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Then it says, so we have 2 double crochets in the 4th chain from the hook, comma. Now it says double crochet in each of the next 2 chains. So let's do that. 1 and 2. So double crochet in each of the next 2 chains. That's what we did. Now it says to double crochet 2 together. So the next 2 chains, it says double crochet 2 together. Now, okay, it says yarn over, insert hook in the next stitch. Yarn over, insert hook in the next stitch, and draw up a loop. Pull through 2. Okay, and it says to repeat that again. Yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through 3. Now I'm going to show you that again. Ready. Yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, pull up a loop. Pull through 2 loops. Now what you're doing is you're just holding here instead of finishing the double crochet. Now you're coming over here, insert your hook in the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2. And then, so you have 2, and then you're going to go through all 3 loops. Now we're going to be doing that again, so don't worry if you didn't get it. And if you have to stop the video, go ahead and do it again. Now our pattern says to do this 4 times. Now I'm going to do that 3 more times because it said on our pattern, double crochet 2 together 4 times. And then there is a comma. So we're going to just do this little part of our punctuation. So here we go. Yarn over, insert your hook in your stitch, and pull up a loop. Pull through 2 and stop. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and stop. Pull through all 3. Now we're going to do it 2 more times. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, stop. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and stop. Pull through all 3. And see, we have 3 of them, and we have to do 1 more. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops, and stop. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and stop. Now pull through all 3. And so there you have your 4 double crochet 2 together. Now we're ready to move on. It says to double crochet in each of the next 2 chains. And there's a comma, so we're going to stop. Now these asterisks means that there's a repeat involved, but not yet. So double crochet in each of the next 2 chains. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and pull through 2. And so you can see it's already starting to curl in our way. Okay, double crochet, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. Next it says 5 double crochets in the next chain, and see there's a comma, so we're not going to get all stressed about what comes next. We're just going to do 5 double crochets in the next chain. So there's the chain, insert your hook, and we're going to do 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can see there's the hole, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you need to pause the video to catch up, that's perfectly fine. Okay, we have our 5 double crochets in that one chain. Next, we're going to read double crochet in each of the next 2 chains, and they're a comma. So we're going to do that. So there's a double crochet, and there's a double crochet, and you can see it's already starting to form our ripple. Now it says to half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So that's what we're going to do now. To half double crochet, you yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, just like you're getting ready to double crochet. But you stop and you pull, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. That's a half double crochet. We're going to do it again. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. You now have 3 loops on your hook. You yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Crochet. Now it says to single crochet in each of the next 2 chains. So if you don't remember how to do a single crochet, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Okay? Single crochet in each of the next 2 chains. We did that. Now it says to skip 3 chains and then single crochet in each of the next 2 chains. So we're going to skip 3 and then do 2 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the 4th stitch, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Insert your hook, pull through 2. See, it's made a little dip there, and now we're going back up the side. So after those 2 single crochets, we're going to do 2 half double crochets. So get ready, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops, pull through all 3 loops. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, go through all 3 loops. After that, it says to double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. All right, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through 2, pull through 2. One more, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now it says 5 double crochets in the next chain. So we're going to do that. Yarn over, and here's number 1. 2, whoops, sorry about that, out of the camera. So I have 2. My yarn was under my elbow. 3, 4, 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and look what we have. This is our blanket. It's rippling. Okay, so now what we have to do is it says repeat from the asterisk. So the asterisk is way up here. So we've got to repeat this whole group again. And you do that across. So we're going to do that several more times. So I'm going to do it again with you. So we're going to go up here. We're going to right back up here to this first asterisk. So it says to double crochet in the next 2. And then we're going to do 4 double crochets together. So here we go. 1, 2. Okay, so we did our 5 from down here, and we're going to go back up here to this, and we've done our 2 double crochets in the next 2 stitches. So now we're ready for 4 double crochets, 2 together. Okay, so here we go. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and stop. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and stop. Pull through all 3. So that's the first one. Number 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and stop. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through all 3. So now we have 2. Let's do another one. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and stop. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and stop. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Now we have 3. The fourth one, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and stop. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and stop. Now you have all 3 on your hook, pull through all 3. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the pattern. We're right here. We just finished 4. Now it says to double crochet in each of the next 2 chains. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go 1, and 2. Okay. Now we're going to do 5 double crochets in the next chain. There's the chain. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. In the same hole or same chain, double crochet. So I have 2, double crochet, double crochet again. So I have 4, and then the 5th one. Okay, so we're right here. We just put 5 double crochets in the chain. The next row says to double crochet in each of the next 2 chains. One, 2. Now it says half double crochet in each of the next 2 chains. Gonna get some more yarn. Okay, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Do it again. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. After the half double crochets, it says to single crochet in each of the next 2 chain. Okay, single crochet, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Next it says to skip 3 chains and do a single crochet in each of the next 2 chains. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, single crochet. Insert the hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Insert the hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Now we're going to be working our way back up. So now we need a half double crochet in each of the next 2 chains. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 3. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 3. After the half double crochet, it says to do double crochet in each of the next 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. Then it says to do 5 double crochets in the next chain. One, 2. I gotta get some more yarn. I need 3 more in that. 1, 2, and 3. So I should have 5. So there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're supposed to repeat again from the asterisk. So to try not make the video very long, I'm going to let you do that on your own. Now some people would use maybe a ruler or a post-it note or something to keep you in the right order. When we get to the point where we're running out of stitches, then I'll be back. So just repeat it. See how much more tail we have. So we have a ways to go. And if you have to stop and rewind the video to help you through it, but I'm trying to make the video shorter. See you in a little bit. Okay. And as you can see, I'm getting close to running out of stitches. So I completed that round. And then now I'm coming back and I did the 2 double crochets, which are up here. And then I'm going to do the 4 double crochets together. And when I get down here, I'm going to stop. So I've got 5 double crochets in my one chain, and then I've got 2 double crochets, so I'm right here. And now I'm going to do 4 double crochets, 2 double crochets together. So yarn over. So there's 1. 2, 3, and then number 4, and let's just hope we come out right at the end. Okay, and then after those it says do 2 double crochets, so we're going to do that. 1, 2. I think I'm going to come out okay because it's, so I'm going to do that second one. I'm so excited. Okay, and then it says, oh, maybe I'm off one stitch. Then it says, it's got the 2 asterisks. So that means that we skip all the way down to here, and it says 3 double crochets in the last chain and turn. Okay, so if you, oh, I only have 1 chain. Very good. So I did good. So we're going to, if you have 1 chain left, you're going to do 3 double crochets in this last chain. Okay, so I came out good on my first row. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got. So I'm going to count my peaks and my valleys so that you can count yours and see if you're with me. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 peaks. And then I'm going to count these. So I have 1, 2, 3 of those. And if you came out like that, then you did good. If not, take a look at yours, pull it out, rewind the video. Now, if you get all the way down here and you think that you're right, and let's say you have 1 extra chain or 2, you can always untie this knot and get rid of those extra chains so that you end up correctly. But you have to get this first row correct, obviously, for your blanket to come out correct. Now, I'm not sure how many rows that you want to do of each color if you're changing colors, but it looks like, see, this yarn I think was a variegated yarn. So you can decide if you want to do 2 colors, 2 rows of each color, or whatever. It's going to be your blanket. You can decide. But if you're changing colors, I'm going to show you over here on this end how to change colors. Okay? So we had to do 3 double crochets in this last chain. Okay? So on the 3rd double crochet, and this works this way regardless of what project you're on that last pull through to finish that last double crochet. If you were changing colors, now of course I got a great big long string of the same color here, but let's say we were changing colors. All right, what you would do is you would take your new color and lay it on the back side. So we're pretending this is a new color, and this would be cut. So this is your new color. Your old one would be hanging down, and what you would do is pull that new color, hold it, pull that new color through that last chain. And see what that does is it makes the loop of the old color stay on the top. And then this would be the new color. So you would chain and turn your work. Now I will show you this again if that confused you. But you take your new yarn and pull it through the last stitch. Okay, let's move on to row 2. Row 2 says to chain 3, and that it counts as a first double crochet. Chain 3 counts as the first double crochet. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3. Now if you take a look at this, at the end of row 1, it said to turn your work. So I like to chain 3 before I turn my work. So I chained my 3, and I'm going to turn my work. Sorry if the camera's focus is going in and out. So here we are. Now it says working in the front loop only. Double crochet in the same stitch. Okay, so here is what's considered the same stitch, and it says to double crochet in the front loop. So see, here's the back loop and there's the front loop. So we're going to yarn over and we're going to go on this loop that is the closest to us. So we're dividing the loop. Instead of pulling through 2, we're only going to pull through the front loop. And what that's going to do is it's going to give us a ridge on this other side of unworked stitches. So that was working in the front loop only. And there is a comma. Two double crochets in the same stitch, working in the front loop only. So they want us to put another double crochet in that front loop. So yarn over, and we've got 2 in that front loop. It's also in the same stitch as the chain 3, so that we're beginning the row with 3 double crochets. Now let's see what it says. Then it says in the next double crochet in each of the next stitches. So it wants us to proceed in the front loop only. So we're going to go over here and we're going to do right in that front loop, double crochet, double crochet. And see, that's giving us a little ridge here. So next it says double crochet double crochet 2 together 4 times. So you remember how to do that? Okay. we're going to go right into this front loop. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and stop. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and stop. Yarn over, insert it in the front loop only, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and stop. Yarn over, insert our hook, pull through 2, and so now we have 2 double crochets 2 together. Yarn over, remember we're doing 4, there you go. Do the second one, pull through 2, you got 3 on your hook, pull them all together. So that's 3. And now we want to go ahead and do our 4th one, front loop only. There we go. So now we have 4 of those. Now it says double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Front loop only, double crochet, double crochet. Okay, we got those. Now it says to do 5 double crochets in the next stitch. So there's the next stitch. Got to get that front loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's number 5. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it says double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Front loop, double crochet, double crochet. Now it says half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Yarn over, insert in the front loop only, pull up a loop, pull through all 3. Yarn over, insert the hook, pull up a loop, pull through all 3. Then it says single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Excuse me. 1, 2. Then it says to skip 4 and single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and there's a comma. So skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet in the next 2 stitches. And see, there we go. We're deepening our little valley. Okay, now we're going up to the top. Half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Insert your hook. Yeah. Oop, I didn't yarn over first. Yarn over. Insert your hook. Pull up a loop. pull through all 3, yarn over, insert your hook. I only want one of them. Pull up a loop, pull through all 3. Now it says double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So we're going up this hill. So we're going 1, 2, and then it says to do 5 double crochets in the next stitch. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then it says double crochet each of the next 2. Okay, then it says double crochet 2 together 4 times. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, stop. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, stop. Okay, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and stop. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and stop. So that's 2, so we have 2 more to go. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and stop. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and stop. That's 3. One more. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and stop. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and stop. So we have 4. Now it says double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, and then we're going to repeat. So we're going to do 2 double crochets, 1, 2. Now it says to repeat back from the asterisk. So way over here is our asterisk. From here, we're going to go back to this. So our next thing is to do 5. And if you look at your work, it's going to show there's the 5 double crochets from the previous row. And if you look at it, we're doing 5 double crochets in the center stitch. I don't want to confuse you, but we did 2 here, we're going to do 5 here, and we're going to do 2. So basically what you're doing is you're repeating the pattern from row to row. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to pause the video and you can finish your repeats following the pattern, and I'll meet you back when we start running out of stitches. Okay, so I came all the way back and repeated my pattern, and I'm running out of stitches. So I'm right here. I completed the 4 double crochets together and then double crochet in the next 2, and in the last stitch I do 3 double crochets and turn. Okay, so where I'm at is I've finished my last 4 double crochets together. I'm going to do 2 double crochets, and I'm going to hope that my camera doesn't cut out because I'm running out of space. And in this last double crochet, or this would be our chain from the first row, I have to do 3. And see, there's a little tiny hole right there, and I have to do 3 double crochets. Now, you may be feeling overwhelmed, and you're thinking, oh my goodness, do I have to read this pattern every single word till I finish this blanket? And I recommend letting the stitches tell you where you're at with this, because you can see your peaks and your valleys are lining up. Now the next row, it says to chain 3 and turn, and we're going to be repeating this row. And then the 4th row says to repeat row 2. So if we turn this over, look what row 2 did. Because we double crocheted in the front loop, we ended up with a ridge. So basically what's going to happen is you're going to be repeating row 2 and 3. Because our pattern says here's row 3. And then row 4 says to repeat row 2. So I'm afraid I'm going to run out of video here. But if you just read the pattern and look at your work, you'll get in a rhythm by looking at your stitches from the previous row. And if they don't line up, then you know you have a problem. And if you think about it, we're just going down, creating our peak, and we're going back up. We're using the same stitches to go down as we are to build back up. So I'm going to stop the video here for now, and you can rerun your video, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about the border. Later. See you later. Okay, guys, let's finish up with our blanket. Okay, now what the pattern says is to repeat rows 3 and 4 until your blanket measures 31 inches, ending after a row 4, which is technically a row 2. Repeat row 2 as row 4. Now, I did mine until it was 44 inches because I wanted to make a lap gan. And my blanket is now 24 by 44. So what this says is after I complete a row 2, and a row 2 is that row where we stitch in the back loop. Okay, we stitch in the back loop. All right, and so when you get done with your with that row, you are on the wrong side of your blanket. See? And then it says, so whatever long you decide to make your blanket, end on the wrong side after you complete a row 2. Now, I do know that when I finished this blanket before, I didn't do back loop. This one I did do back loop. See, you can see the ridges. Those are the ones that you do back loop. But in this blanket, I did back loop. So after you finish row 4, which is back loop, it says, do not turn. So that means that your working yarn would be attached right here, and then you do not turn your blanket. For the border, it says working at ends of row. So this is your end of row. It said to chain 3, so that's what I did. After I finished the back loop only row, and I decided that was as long as my blanket was going to be, I chained 3. Then I turned my blanket so that I'm looking at the side edge. And then I did a single crochet in the end of the next row. So what that meant was in the net, I chained 3, so I have a little tiny loop, and then I did a single crochet in the side of the next row. And I want to show you what this looks like close up, so hopefully we can do it. So we're going along the side. Remember this peaks and valley is the end of the blanket. And so what you're going to do is you're going to chain 3, and then you're going to do a single crochet in the side of that. See how I did it right there? I chained my 3 and I did a single crochet. Try to move it out so it can focus better. Single crochet. And then you can see all my single crochets along the side of the blanket. And if you look, there's some natural holes, like there's a natural hole, so I did a single crochet. But sometimes, I'm so sorry, this isn't focusing good. Sometimes you have to do it in a space that's quite large. So what you do is you go in so that you have 2 loops on the top of your hook. So like right in there, I had 2 loops, and then I single crocheted. The next one had a natural hole, and you pull it apart so you can see it. You insert and you do a single crochet. The next one doesn't, so you pull up 2 loops on your hook and do a single crochet. Now I'm going to move the blanket again. I went all the way down that side doing single crochets. I'm going to show you the pattern. And it says to do that alongside of the blanket to the next corner. So that means you go all the way down the side of the blanket. And then you fasten off and weave your ends in if you want, or you can do it later. But see, I went all the way down the side of my blanket. And as I do this, I kind of give it a little pull to make sure that it's straight and that it's not puckered. And then I came all the way down here, and you can see, because my yarn is different colors, I crocheted all the way down to my curve. And I fastened off, and then I wove it in. Now the pattern says, with wrong side facing. So that means you're going to, the side with the ridges is the right side. and the side without ridges is the back side. Or the side that doesn't look as pretty is the wrong side. Okay, so working with the wrong sides facing you. So I'm going to turn the blanket again. So that would be with the wrong side facing. See, there's the wrong side. And the pattern says, work along the other edge. Rejoin the yarn with a slip stitch in the top corner and repeat. So this is the wrong side facing. So that means I got to turn it again. Okay, wrong side facing. See, there's the right side. This is the wrong side. Wrong side facing. And we work from right to left. So we're going to be going this way. So you join your yarn, and you can see where I joined my yarn right there. And later on I weaved it in. And the same thing applies. So you can see it a little bit better on this side. See, I put a single crochet, a single crochet in each. And if there isn't a natural hole, then I take and make sure I have 2 loops on my hook, and then I do a single crochet. And see, that one had a natural hole, and so that's what I do. So you're going to single crochet all the way down the side. I'm going to move the blanket all the way down to here. Now you can't see it as easy because we're on the same color of yarn, but you fasten off and then you weave your ends in, and there's your blanket. And like I said, I stretch it a little bit to make sure that it's going to lie flat. And so now I have a lapgan, which is 24 inches wide by 44 inches long. Now, this pattern was an intermediate. So if you completed this project with me, pat yourself on the back. You completed an intermediate crochet pattern. And like I said, mine came out 24 by 44. So depending on the yarn that you use, the hook that you used, I remember I used an I hook. And if the pattern calls for an H, but my yarn called for an I. So I went with what my yarn called for. And if you look at my blanket, there isn't that many holes in it. You know, these are the natural holes from the crochets we did. But this is a dense blanket. It's not heavy because the yarn wasn't heavy. But hopefully you learned multiple things from this tutorial. And give me a thumbs up, like and share. If you have any questions, add them to the comments. If you have any suggestions for the next tutorial, add them to the comments. If you are running into a particular issue, you can email me below. My email address is below. And you guys have a great day, and I hope you make a beautiful blanket. Thanks.